Hey everybody, Buzzsaw Gaming here. Hanging out with Mr. Buzzsaw, first person shooter enjoyer himself on the N64. Hanging out on his sofa and with his shark costume. Being massively sharky shark. As he's on the prowl. In the background, Tur Rock 2, Seeds of Evil, playing on the Sony CRT. Playing off the original N64 right there with that funky controller. And my Nintendo 64 rental case. Anyways, here to talk about the top 5 first-person shooters for the Nintendo 64. Now, before I go into it, I mean, the 90s, especially the mid-late 90s, this was really the golden age of first-person shooters. There were so many first-person shooters back then. Absolutely awesome. It was a great time to be alive, and so many unique spins on the genre. It was absolutely amazing. The N64 had a great mix of first-person shooters. Number 5 on my list is Tur Rock 2. The Tur Rock series in general was so much fun. It was absolutely awesome. I believe they had 3 of them. Number 2, I think, was the better one, but it was just fun. It was just dinosaur themed. It was a lot of fun. As Mr. Buzzsaw shows his face right there. But yeah, absolutely awesome. Number 5, Tur Rock 2. I think it's a great game. Still cheap to this day. It's a great series. I don't know whatever happened to it. I have no idea. It went into the dustbin of history, I believe. But yeah, it was just fun. It was a dinosaur themed. It was a lot of fun. A lot of really cool weaponry as well. So absolutely awesome. Number 4, Perfect Dark. Now, this is one of the many amazing games that came from Rare at the time. The publisher Rare. Perfect Dark, a beautiful game. Really cool, futuristic, alien type theme. A really awesome first person shooter. Was really cool. Was just an awesome game. Really one of the best games on the Nintendo 64. It's one of those like must-haves, I would say, for the Nintendo 64. Perfect Dark. Awesome. Now the staple. Number 3 right here. GoldenEye, or 007 GoldenEye. This is just an absolute must-own for Nintendo 64 if you like first-person shooters. Has it aged well? Well, it's a little bit quirky, but you know what? If you like retro games, quirky is what you like. So, this is an awesome game. It's so cool. It's just so sophisticated for the time. It's really one of the showpieces of the Nintendo 64. One of the greatest first-person shooters ever, I would say. It's just an awesome game. The theme is so cool. The different areas that you go. It's really cool. Mission-based. So you got to complete different missions to go on to the next level. And, sometimes they're quite tricky and they're hard to do. So it's not the easiest game either. But just a lot of fun. So much fun with 007 GoldenEye, number 3 on my list. Number 2, Doom 64. Mr. Buzzsaw in the background right there. Now, Doom 64, the Nintendo 64 got their own version of Doom. How cool is that, right? It was absolutely awesome. Absolutely loved it. It was just such a cool version. Mr. Buzzsaw in his ridiculous shark costume just knows where to go. Hey guys, if you're liking the content, put a lizard emoji down below, or maybe put a shark emoji this time. I don't know. Do you like costumes on Mr. Buzzsaw? We might have a couple more coming out pretty soon. So anyways, Doom 64, absolutely awesome. It's its own unique game. It's a really cool entry. It's it's an update to the original. It's not like Doom 1, Doom 2. It's its own thing, but it's not as advanced as the Dooms that came afterwards. So it's an awesome version of Doom. It's a great game. Really enhanced graphics. Just so much fun. I have a box copy right here. If you follow the channel, you know that I like Doom a lot. So yeah, I had to get a box copy of Doom 64. It's just totally unique. At the time, no one else had their own Doom. So one of the best first-person shooters ever. It really was the hallmark of the first-person shooter era. I mean, they didn't start it all, but they made it a household name, I would say, as far as first-person shooters in the 90s. It was absolutely amazing. Now, what could top Doom 64 on the Nintendo 64? As far as my number one, my number two pick being Doom 64. Number one, the original Quake. Wow, I think there are 2 or 3 Quakes on N64. I'm not 100% sure. It's still reasonably priced. But Quake, I mean, it was just a natural evolution of first-person shooters. I mean, you started out with Wolfenstein 3D. And then you went to Doom, and then later you went to Quake. And Quake is just, it's just this medieval, just gruesome theme. It's absolutely awesome. I love the nail gun in that game. I mean, who was the guy that thought up the nail gun? I mean, that thing was awesome. So it just, hack and slash and blowing enemies up. I mean, chunks flying everywhere. I mean, it's the evolution of the first-person shooter in the 90s. I believe Quake came out right at the end of the 90s. I mean, I was a PC gamer at the time as well, so Doom and Quake, I was playing on the PC and absolutely loved it. I mean, Quake was just something else. It was just a complete revolutionary game. Just absolutely loved it. So that's my pick right there for the best first-person shooter on the Nintendo 64. I mean, let me know, guys. What are your favorite first-person shooters on Nintendo 64? I mean, what do you like? What are your favorite ones? Are there ones that I missed? I'm sure there are. I mean, there were so many awesome first-person shooters back then. I mean, what are your top 5 or top 2 favorite first-person shooters? I mean, we can even open it up to beyond Nintendo 64 and say maybe just the 5th generation in general. So, it could be a PlayStation or Sega Saturn, Atari Jaguar, 3DO, etc. Kind of in that generation. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day, and a relaxed Mr. Buzzsaw signing out. Have a wonderful day.